And you kissed him downstairs, and
Tony's a friend.
Ray Reardon is an architect who walks into his divorce hearing and hands his wife Martha everything she asked for before his lawyer can say a word. He tells the judge the marriage was a mistake and she can have whatever she wants. Outside, Martha cries and tells him the next woman he marries will be lucky to have him. Ray goes home to his friend's party, where the consensus is that he is attractive, solvent, and not overtly psychotic, and should take his time and not be a slave to his glandular reactions. Norman, his loudest friend, asks him for a $20,000 loan at the same party. Ray gives him 10. Norman repays the favor by secretly arranging a setup at an art exhibition he invited Ray to. A woman named Cheryl introduces herself as practically engaged to Ray, which Norman apparently told her. Ray is not interested. He tries to leave and bumps into another woman, spills her drink, and before he can apologize, Cheryl jumps in and claims he is upset because she rejected him. The woman tells Ray he is selfish and walks away. Ray tells Norman never to set him up again. A week later, the same woman approaches Ray to apologize. She explains that she had just spent money on a dress to impress someone and took her frustration out on him. Ray introduces himself. She tells him her name is Lena. He asks her to dinner. Over the meal, Lena describes losing her job at a New York sales company after refusing to sleep with her boss. He fired her, spread the word, and made it impossible for her to work in the city. She moved away and started over. Ray drives her home. She politely declines to let him come up. He cannot stop thinking about her. Norman calls him days later. He cannot find any information about Lena anywhere, no trace of her. That night, Ray waits outside her building and sees her arrive with another man. He calls her answering machine and tells her he stopped by. She eventually lets him in. When he asks about the man, she says he is just a friend, gay, as it turns out. She admits she is attracted to Ray. They spend the night together. Afterward, she tells him about her childhood. Ray feels deeply for her and tells her he will make up for everything she lost. They marry quickly. Nobody from Lena's family attends. Only 2 women she introduces as friends show up. A year later, they have a daughter, Tina. At their anniversary dinner at the same restaurant where they first met, a woman approaches and calls Lena Sissy, claiming they were neighbors in Texas. Lena says she has never been to Texas. She is from Dayton, Ohio. Ray watches the exchange carefully. On the way home, Lena laughs it off. This has happened before, she says. Someone who looks exactly like her. Maybe a doppelganger. Maybe the doppelganger is the real one. Not long after, Ray overhears Lena ending a phone call in a soft, intimate voice. She says it was her friend Debbie from dance class. Then she asks whether Ray's new client, Maura, has signed the contract. The question is slightly too specific. Ray confides in Larry, his other friend, that something feels off in the marriage. Larry shrugs and says all marriages feel like that eventually. At Maura's office, Ray meets a secretary named Celine Rogers, who attended the same university as Lena in the same graduating year, and says she has never heard of Lena. She mentions the university's president, Sam Shaw, who died of a heart attack that year in front of the student body. That night, Ray brings up Celine and Sam Shaw casually. Lena says she does not remember Celine, but calls Shaw her classmate. No student would confuse the president of the college with a fellow student. Ray says nothing. He searches her handbag while she is distracted and finds a matchbox from the Hotel Chanticleer. She catches him. He lies. He was looking for cash. And asks directly whether her name is really Lena. She looks him in the eye and says yes. He drives to Texas, to the neighborhood where the woman at the restaurant said Stacy had lived. He shows Lena's photograph to people on the street. He finds a man named Buddy who recognizes her instantly. Her real name, Buddy explains, is Thelma Sneeder. She grew up poor and always said she would find a rich man to marry. When Ray says Stacy is his wife, Buddy laughs. He takes Ray to her parents' house. Her parents recognize Ray from the photos Stacy sends regularly. Ray brings the parents back to his house, and Stacy opens the door to find them standing with her husband. She forces a smile. Later in the kitchen, she admits her parents wanted to visit. She had to give them some reason why they could not. In the CIA, she told them. Ray asks about the abuse story. After a long silence, she admits she made it up. She wanted sympathy. She wanted him to care about her. Her parents are warm, gentle people. Ray asks why she hid them. She tells him the truth. She hated being poor, hated the life she would have had in Texas, hated the idea of ending up married to Buddy and drinking beer until she got fat and bored. 8 years ago, she invented Lena Mathers and became her. She was terrified every time she wanted to confess. Ray tells her something quiet and devastating. In the morning, she begs him not to divorce her. He says he still loves her. He does not care who she used to be. Another year passes and their second child, Bob, is born. At a party, Norman points a camera at the baby and laughs that the child does not look much like Ray. Everyone laughs. For Ray, the joke lands like something sharper. That night, he hears Stacy on the phone again, whispering. He asks his secretary to call home repeatedly over the following Wednesday. Each time, the nanny answers and says Stacy is out. At dinner, he notices a bruise on her leg. She snaps that she bumped a chair. He asks where she was all day. She says her psychiatrist's office and then Debbie's. He asks to call Debbie. The machine answers. Ray says nothing. 2 days later, he spots the woman from their wedding, one of the two friends who appeared to attend, working as a temp at his office. She barely knows Stacy. He confronts Stacy outside the house. She admits she paid the woman to pretend to be her friend because she had no respectable friends to invite. Then she tells him something worse. She saw Ray 5 years earlier in New York, before his divorce from Martha. Through a mutual contact who knew Norman, she gathered information about him, his personality, his tastes, what kind of woman he wanted. Everything about Lena was designed for Ray specifically. Every conversation, every disclosed vulnerability, every shared value. She built the perfect woman for him and became her. Crying, she asks him to forgive her. His friend Larry tells him that love sometimes requires going through intolerable things. But a credit card bill arrives at Ray's office addressed to his home, the Hotel Chanticleer, charged every Wednesday for years. He calls home. The nanny says Stacy is out. He calls the hotel. She checked out earlier that morning. He sends the children away with the nanny and waits. When Stacy arrives, he shows her the bill. She does not deny the affair. She tells him the man is someone closer to him than he thinks. He asks who. She smiles and says she is not going to tell him. He slaps her once and walks out. He wanders the streets replaying the lies. Then it arrives. Norman plays golf every Wednesday. He has for years. When Ray returns home, the house is wrecked, furniture overturned, everything broken. And Dr. Steen, Stacy's psychiatrist, is waiting with police officers. Stacy has reported Ray as violent and dangerous, and Steen has committed him for 72 hours. Ray loses control. The officers restrain him. Stacy appears in the doorway, her face carefully bruised. In the psychiatric hospital, Ray calls his lawyer and gets nowhere. At the hearing, Steen testifies that Stacy showed signs of ongoing physical abuse. Norman denies any affair and presents letters from his golf partners confirming he plays every Wednesday. A woman named Debbie testifies that she is Lena's real friend from dance class and has dined at the apartment. Stacy produces a letter from the Hotel Chanticleer saying she has never been a guest there. Apparently, someone used her credit card and she only just noticed. The judge finds Ray credible and sad and releases him anyway. Ray asks Elaine, Larry's wife, to help him with a plan. She calls Stacy and tells her Ray is sedated, but kept muttering that she made a fatal mistake, something she forgot. Stacy rushes to visit. In the hospital garden, with an orderly named Oscar nearby, Ray tells Stacy what the mistake was. She spent years convincing everyone he was insane. Insane people are not legally responsible for their actions. He is in the safest possible position, already diagnosed, already documented, already explained away. He tightens his hands around her throat. She struggles. He tells her quietly who she will be when she dies. Then she stops moving. He watches her without expression. In the end, Stacy's most powerful weapon, the psychiatric framework she built to destroy him, turned into the exact thing that freed him from consequence. And that is how the story ends.